I just got married. And at first I thought, am I gonna have to start dressing like this? Am I gonna start having to be nicer, a pillar of the community? Have I left my days as a dark maiden behind? But then I turned to some classic Gothic stories, which I realized were all about marriage. In Rebecca, there is the terror of marrying someone who has profound secrets. In Dracula, and my favorite adaptation, Nosferatu, I see that movie as a husband's quest to meet his wife's darkness and her eroticism and her mental illness and her dangerous quest to integrate her wildest parts. I genuinely think it's one of the most romantic movies I've ever seen. So, since I have now entered my Gothic bride era, I need some clothes to go with it, and I need to really commit to the bit. My plan is to make a white, ethereal nightgown to wander in the halls with of this new mysterious mansion that I married into. Just look how see-through this fabric is. It is reading as extremely opaque, but let me tell you something. This leaves nothing to the imagination. And making a pair of bloomers underneath, because it's a big castle and there's bound to be some chafing. So, are you ready to enter the darkness of married life with me? So there are these awesome Gothic romance pulp covers of the 60s and 70s that feature these very structured dresses, but I wanted to go for the most classic possible imagery. A sheer, historic, inspired, long chemise-like nightgown with a collar across the shoulders, like a Victorian shape. For the bloomers, I plan to use a simple elastic waistband pants pattern that I have and just gather the bottom bits and add some lace. Boom, she's a little cupcake, poof poof legs. Now, since I don't have a pattern, I'm gonna use some things that I know are the right shape for me, like a sleeveless nightgown that I own. I got a front piece, a back piece, a pattern for a sleeve on a fold. About to cut that sucker up. Baby, we got a dress going. I have no idea how this thing's gonna wear, but it's like, so it's super straightforward. It's squares, okay? It's rectangles and squares. Nothing I haven't handled before. Okay, let's get back in there. I have been working away, and I have made a rather enormous bed sheet of diaphanous material. I'm going to sew her up and see if I have the bones of something usable. There's Maeve. Is it just me, or is it getting really dark really early nowadays? Would you believe me if I said we were in a really good place with this? I am so close to being a Roman senator. It's collar time. And I ironed on some fusible interfacing to give it a little more heft. I basically treated the collar like a waistband, and that worked out for me just fine. We have got a collar. It's pretty well fitted, and all I need to do now is go in and sort of take it in at an angle at the shoulders. Also, I need to think about lace. I need to decide what kind of trim I want to be adding around here, and if I want to add more trim around the bottom. I'm also planning to take in these sleeves. They're just like a little too billowy. And then also thinking about how to finish these edges. Let's talk about Gothic literature for a second. I am an English major after all. So a quick look through the summaries of many Gothic romances goes like this. Woman, frail, innocent, good. Goes to spooky place with spooky man. He is hot, but also yucky in a godless way. Supernatural elements occur, secrets are unearthed, her white chemise is dirtied, and our heroine emerges, or meets her demise, transformed. Gothic romances may have similar tropes, but they explore tons of different themes with so many layers. Sometimes these stories seem to be warnings for women and commentaries on the anxieties of their time. Warnings against domestic isolation, men revealing their true natures after marriage, and heroines are punished for their hasty choices. It's marriage horror, the inverse of the handsome prince fairy tale. You thought you wanted a man to sweep you off your feet, to save you and to take you away to his fairy castle with wealth and a long lineage of beautiful family, but then you're trapped, doing hand-to-hand combat with the skeletons in his closet. My Gothic nightgown is basically done. Maybe I'll add a little bit more trim here and there, try and stop me, but now the sun is setting. I'm gonna perform tonight, so I'm gonna put this project to rest for the day and then start on some bloomers. Okay, not gonna sneeze. It's sometime later. We actually have a pattern, folks. The war is over. No more drafting. We're going based on a real pattern that has my real sizes. I can pinpoint the exact moment that I started loving bloomers, and that was this book that my mom read me as a kid. The illustrations were super inspiring, and I was just like, I have to have that. This could work with any like pajama bottom pattern. You just expand the leg width. You got to make it as wide as possible so that it billows. I'm testing audio, and this one's for you. It's drizzly outside. It's almost cold. No one is expecting me to be anywhere. Let me show you what I've had going on here. I have serged all the edges, sewed one half of the pockets onto each side. Something I find mildly worrying is that the marker that I got is supposed to disappear after 24 hours. Is still very much visible. Apparently it's also water soluble, so hopefully that's true. Let's sew! Now that we've got the bloomer started, let's hop back into some Gothic romance talk. In the stories that affect me the most, the Beauty and the Beasts have a much deeper, mutually transformative connection, and the story ends with the heroine becoming more monstrous, more beast-like, and thus more human, and less of a damsel in distress. The beast isn't really a man at all, but her sexuality, her wildness, her terrifying freedom from attempting to be what patriarchy wants her to be. Innocent, ignorant, angelic, and convenient to everyone around her. When beauty and inferiority to men are the most prized traits in women, the monstrous, the truly hideous, can be permission to put down that burden and to let go of repression. As someone with OCD, the beast also has a special meaning. Its hideousness and horror reflects the absolute gut-wrenching, quiet terror of facing our worst fears and phobias. Sometimes the bravest thing you can possibly do is invite in the monster of your own mind and sit with it. When anxiety and control is our default, that kind of submission takes extraordinary strength. We are headed to Goodwill to see what we can find in the way of candelabrage. Hopefully we are lucky today. Let's see. Okay, we are at Goodwill number 2. Let's see if we can do this. It was very crowded in there and people were not observing personal space norms, so I couldn't film it, but I did end up finding this nice candlestick and some candles from Dollar Tree. We stay inspired by these Gothic heroines, to go in search of the dark castles within ourselves, shine a candle on the parts that feel ugly and unwanted and terrifying, and to embrace them without shame. Okay, catch you later, bye!